Hello and welcome to Chugging Along. I'm Tim.
And I'm Sam. Thank you very much for your comments in our last video where we completed our long narrowboat journey from Helston Junction to London.
We also want to say thank you because our channel has reached over 1 million total views. Yeah, it's something we're very proud of, and we want to say cheers to everyone who has watched this channel over the past 2 years.
In this week's video we're going to show you where we stayed over the winter. But first, here are our American friends Tyler and Jessie, who whilst visiting London popped over to see Marielle and gave us their first impressions of narrowboat life.
Hi!
So this is my friend Tyler, who I met in Vietnam quite a few years ago, and she's visiting with her friend Jessie as well. So they're both here and they're on Marielle and we'll give them a tour.
Marielle! We're originally from Boston, but now I live in Vietnam where I met you guys.
And I'm living in Washington, D.C.
Where's the, oh yeah, there he is. My little froggy. Chuggles. I don't know, I like it a lot. I think that this is a defining feature of your boat for sure. It's wonderful.
I think it's actually a lot more spacious than I imagined. Looking from the outside of the boat, when you're on the inside, it actually feels really comfortable and spacious.
I agree.
I could see myself definitely living here, at least for a little while. It doesn't feel too crowded, and I like the way the space is divided. It feels like there's a kitchen, dining, and like living room area, which is really cool.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of videos, obviously, and I've seen this a lot, but being here, it's really like, you can tell how it would be livable for 2 people. It doesn't seem like a believable concept until you're actually here, but yeah, it's really
And something that really surprised me was this little stove, I guess, this fireplace. I don't know what you call it here.
Yeah, both of those things.
But that really surprised me that a boat would have that on it, so I thought that was really cool.
It's really like homey here too, obviously. You've done a lot with the artwork. And the mirrors here are very spacious. They really like expand the
Open
space.
up the space.
Yeah. It's very light as well.
I guess I've just kind of gotten like used to it now. I've only been in here for not very long, but you kind of just get used to it.
I think this is a very unique living situation. Like my apartment, it's just me, is like double the size of this. But do I need all that space? Probably not. It's just convenient.
Yeah.
So, and I have balconies, but you guys have the world.
I think that this is really unique because you can travel and see beautiful scenes and like still be in your home. I just don't think we have the canals, I don't know what they're called, to like do that. But tiny homes are kind of trending, but again, it's not, in my opinion, it's not as nice as this because you're just stuck in like wherever you build your tiny home for the most part.
The canals here are all man-made, right? Generally. So yeah, we don't have that system. So I feel like it would be really odd for this to occur in America. But some of my family does live in Key West, and there is a big like ocean houseboat community.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, the sequel, Chugging Along Part 2, comes to Key West. Yeah, so I think that those ones that aren't constricted to be, they're not narrow boats, they're just houseboats. They can be wider. But they do have the same sort of like Marina, and they can moor. Yeah. So that exists primarily in like warmer communities.
3, 2, 1, go.
It's like been the highlight of our trip to England so far.
It's really fun, like super unique, and seeing you guys is the best.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's great.
So, why did we decide to stay in the Marina over winter? Well, after a long spring and summer of cruising, we wanted somewhere we could base ourselves over the cold months. Our previous winter, which we spent on the Kennet and Avon, was tough, and we really wanted to avoid this. If you're interested in seeing the problems we faced, there's a link to that video in the description.
The marina we chose is in Yedding, which is between Greenford, Hayes and Southall. We wanted to stay in the Greater London area so Sam could be near family, but we were also happy to be outside of the city centre to save on cost.
The marina in question is Willowtree Marina, which is based in the London Borough of Hillingdon.
Out of our window we had a view of this pool of water where we got to know the resident swans, coots and the marina's heron, which we called Harry. We even saw a cormorant. It's a well-known destination in the area for having a restaurant bar called the Lock and Key. It's often busy, they do good food and drinks. It's a bit too expensive for frugal narrowboaters to go regularly, but we did enjoy it when we went.
Over winter we enjoyed being hooked up to the mains electric. Charging electronics in the evening felt strange at the start.
Apparently Willowtree Marina has just been bought by a new company, so they're doing it up at the moment. Hopefully they won't raise the mooring prices too much though.
Here's the LSAN point and gas bottle exchange, and here's where you top up your diesel tank. Of course, there's a shower and toilet block too.
There's a big car park for boaters to keep their cars, motorcycles or bicycles. Here's our trusty BSA. We really like these houses next to the marina, but most boats here are ones that people don't live on because liveaboards might feel a bit overlooked.
If you walk through the woods, you make it to Willowtree Bridge, which is a popular spot to moor.
It also takes less than 5 minutes to walk to this huge Tesco, which is really convenient for shopping. There's also a B&Q, B&M, B&K, Burger King and an S&B, Starbucks.
We really liked being in Hayes and Southall, and we enjoyed trying out lots of Indian, Nepali and Pakistani food that's available. But of course, we used our local chippy too.
To get into central London, we waited for the single-decker E6 bus, which took us to either Greenford Station on the Central Line or Hayes and Hartlington Station on the new Elizabeth Line. Both routes take around an hour to get into central London, or of course, there's the option to do it by boat and travel down the Paddington Arm to Little Venice. It takes around 3.5 hours to do that.
That was a tour of Willowtree Marina, where we stayed over the winter months. This year has gone by so quickly, and since the boat festivals we've been very busy planning our wedding, which is in September, so not long to go. Tell us, Tim, would you recommend it to a fellow London boater?
Yeah, I would, Sam, yeah, I definitely would. Whenever we talk to other London boaters, yeah, we always mention it and try to recommend it to them. I think just for the safety element alone, it feels, yeah, happy and convenient and stuff and peaceful. But I think the thing that makes it unattractive to London boaters is that hour-long journey into the city centre. Most boaters in London tend to already be in a convenient location, so they don't really want to give that up. And how about you, Sam? Would you recommend Willowtree Marina to a fellow London boater?
I would, because like you mentioned about security aspect of it, it was great because it meant that we were able to leave Marielle in a secure place to go away for a few days or longer periods of time over the winter months, which really helped. Also, as a Londoner myself, it's been great getting to know a different part of London that I haven't actually spent much time in. So yeah, for me, I thought it was quite good.
So join us next week as we start our trip from Willowtree Marina all the way into central London, Little Venice to be precise.
But thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, and remember, no matter what you do in life, you've got to
keep chugging!